Hello. So I wanted to yap real quick about how I think a lot about the times that I had to play shows alone against my will. And not like anyone was like holding a gun to my head or anything, but it was like if I don't do this alone, it's not gonna happen at all. So I have to. Um I never wanted to be a solo project. At least not. I mean, I'm a little bit more open to the idea in the future, but I never really saw myself as someone who would be doing solo stuff. So when I put together Seance and the Klepto Kids and I had to do it alone because of the pandemic, I was like, this is why it's called Seance and the Klepto Kids, because if I wanted, and I did absolutely want to add band members at some point, I would just be able to slide them in seamlessly. And thank God, almost 5 years later, that's exactly what happened, right? So, the most recent show, my ninth show, that was the first time I ever played with a full live setup, and you have no fucking idea how insane I feel about that in a good way. I've just wanted that for so long. I've been in and out of bands in high school and in college, I just didn't have the time. And I started playing shows as Sans and the Klepto Kids when I was in junior year of college, and that was early 2022. So that was towards the end of junior year. And I think that in a lot of ways, I'm trying to connect the dots of why it had to happen, me having to go do solo shows for most of the last few years. And I feel like I was being tested in a way, how badly do you want this? Because so many of my connections literally came from those solo shows, and it felt like I was being asked by the universe, how badly do you want this? How much work are you willing to put into this to attract the right people around you? And I don't know, so many things have come and gone, even just in the last year alone, but I feel like I'm always going to be grateful for that time, because it gave me so many lessons. It pushed me to learn things because nobody else would be around to help me with it. And I will always be grateful for that. And I feel like that's a really good way to look at it, instead of being oh, that era sucked or whatever like that. No, I actually learned so much, and I really did prove to myself oh my God, I wanted this so bad. I want this so bad. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going, even if sometimes I feel like a dork. I'm gonna keep going even if I never wanted to be solo or anything like that. And then there were so many points where people were like, hey, it would be great if you had a full setup and everything. I'm I just don't have the time, I don't have the resources and everything, and now that I'm employed, I do. And I've been upgrading my live setup, so that's why it's a lot better now too. And so I'm just so proud of myself. I'm just so incredibly proud of myself, because I would have never pushed myself to this point. I would have never propelled myself this far forward if I wasn't tested massively through having to play solo shows. Because it was I don't know, it was just a first for me so many times, because in high school it was okay, everybody does their own instruments and I just mind my own business. But I was the one booking studios and stuff like that. I was hey guys, learn these songs, da 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 da. But now seeing a lot of people that I used to play with back then kind of fall out of love with music, and now me, which is perfectly normal and fine. Everyone has to do whatever, but I don't know, it just feels good, I guess, to look back and be oh, I learned something from my younger self. All of the logistics and planning and stuff, I'm doing it again. So I am just so incredibly happy. And it is almost, what is it, it's 3:01 a.m. And I have work tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to yap real quick and say that I'm so grateful. And holy shit, it took so long. It took so fucking long for me to get here. But it just feels like yesterday that I just started. And I know I could go on and on about this, but I'm gonna run out of storage. But yeah, I don't know, I feel really happy. Also, I will upload more content soon. I'm just trying to compile week 5 and 6 because honestly there's not a lot of stuff happening on the tea front, and I am pushing my other appointment back by another week because I am a bit overwhelmed by the changes, because as you know, I'm not really trying to look like a cis man. Anyways, yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. And also, like, a vlog or something will be up also very soon. I'm gonna be busy for 6 days straight for work, so bear with me. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I love my band, I love music, I love writing, I love performing. Love you. Mwah. Oh, and also, I just want to say that so much of what delayed me, apart from, you know, time constraints and financial limitations, was just me being scared to ask for help from other people. Because I always knew I wanted a band, but I didn't know where to start. Like, I didn't know. Like, I knew that it required a level of trust and vulnerability that had burnt me in the past, and I just was not ready. Like, I wanted it so bad, but I didn't know how to ask. Like, even asking my closest friends, hey, can you play guitar for me? Hey, can you play drums for me? Stuff like that was absolutely terrifying. So, I don't know, like, to have the balls to actually, like, ask people, and to have the balls to trust people I barely knew. So rewarding. So incredibly rewarding. Like, wow, it really gets better. You know, like, really was a high risk, high reward type deal, and like, it was so incredibly rewarding. And like, when I close my eyes, every time I think about the way that my future looks, the way that I look in my head, I see that in like the photos that were taken, the videos that were taken. Oh my god, it was like everything I could ever ask for and more. So perfect. It was just so perfect. I really wish I got a poster from that day. I'm probably gonna have one printed up because it was just that legendary. I also have one of my favorite shows poster over there. You can't see it. Yeah. That was amazing. And I badly need to wash my hair. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Because I'm just so grateful. Also, my throat is fucked because after the show I got drunk because I was so locked in, like, for weeks. I was like, I deserve this. And I chain smoked a bunch of cigarettes. I fell off some chairs and my back and neck hurt, but I'm doing a lot better. Resting my voice though, so yeah. I have a drag show coming up on the 25th. Thank god I don't have to sing for that, just lip sync. Hopefully February we'll have some gigs. I'm so happy, guys.